This is a free sample of the book Riches from Bitches, Exploiting the Sheconomy for Profit by Cairo Copeland. Available on Amazon, Audible, and reinventideal.com. Chapter 5. Fashion and Footwear. The growing number of single women could offer a silver lining to the apparel and footwear industry. The stereotype of Stacy shopping at JCPenney with her husband's credit card and carrying 15 bags exists for a reason. But before you get too excited, let me be real with you. This might not be enough to offset the expected decline caused by an aging population over the next decade. For that reason, a smart investor cannot just buy any fashion and shoe company stock. They must stay selective and scrutinizing. Activewear and off-price are looking like the best bets to ride this wave. This is perhaps why Morgan Stanley originally recommended brands like Nike and Lululemon. The idea is that single people spend more time and more money working out than their married counterparts. We've all seen it where the wife gets fat now that she no longer needs to fit into a wedding dress. Single women in particular do understand now, and will continue to understand in the future, that their primary source of power in life is their sex appeal. So it stands to reason that they will do all they can to prolong that sex appeal even as they age. If they are to be single for longer, they will likely want to stay in shape later in life. Let's not forget that they are also likely to live under the misbelief that they can freeze their eggs and have children later in life as well. They are unaware of the concept of the wall, and they refuse to heed the warnings of older women who regret not finding a man to marry and start a family with early in life. That being said, they still want to use and wield their sex appeal as a superpower to get what they want. Thus, activewear and workout clothes will likely have the greatest uptick in demand. Keeping within the rule, I can't single out specific companies as a recommendation, but public companies you could look into are Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, Lululemon, VF Corporation, PVH Corporation, and Gap Incorporated. Some analysts will probably believe they should put more portfolio weight into the more expensive brands because that aligns with single women's tastes. It may be true that they want more expensive things, but without a husband to bully into paying for it, they can't afford those more expensive things. So what's the plan now? Stores such as Ross stores and TJX companies with their budget-friendly offerings will find favor with single women as they have lower incomes compared to their married counterparts. It's possible that when women flex on each other about the expensive shit they own, like handbags and shoes, the flex is more about what they could get a guy to do for them as opposed to how much money they were willing to piss away. But aside from showing off on social media that they have the ability to shit money down the drain on something as basic as clothes, women are also able to flex in another way, how good of a shopper they are. It's not just a matter of what they can buy, but how they buy it. They relish the thrill of a good old-fashioned treasure hunt in the store. It gives them the opportunity to flex on their frenemy by saying, "Look at me, bitch, I got this," insert nice thing, that looks fancy, but costs a fraction of what your dumbass paid for the Burberry version. Off-price stores are likely to cash in on increased spending for home decor too. Single women tend to invest more in this area, and they're likely to be living solo for longer periods of time than previous generations. We've all seen it. You look at the apartment of a single man who lives all by himself, there really isn't any decor, because being the practical man that he is, he realizes that there's not much purpose for it. When you're a man in your home and you're alone, your eyes are either going to be on a book, on your phone, on the TV, or on a computer. You really don't need decor all around the house for you to look at because you're not going to look at it. But that logic somehow is lost on women that live alone. You might think, hold on a second, isn't this just some one-off deal? Well, it's not. Single women are flexing their financial muscles and outspending both single men and households when it comes to apparel and footwear. They're not just keeping pace, but they're leading the pack. In the women's clothing category, single women are not only outspending single men, but also trailing households by just a mere 3% when it comes to cold hard cash that they're willing to fork over. While households led by married couples often have bigger disposable income, single women aren't afraid to splurge on their apparel and footwear. Married couples need to spread the love around, shelling out things like healthcare, savings, education, and more, especially when they've got kiddos to look after. But the solo girl is only concerned with herself.
Thank you for listening to this free sample of the book Riches from Bitches, Exploiting the Sheconomy for Profit by Cairo Copeland. Available on Amazon, Audible, and reinventideal.com.